Welcome back, Gemini. It's time for your yearly 2020 ASMR tarot forecast. So, to start out the reading, I'm going to use this Enigma deck. It is a Lotteria style deck, and it was designed by this artist from the Southwest, Daniel Martin Diaz. I did do a video strictly about the unboxing of this deck of cards. So you can watch that if you like. I don't remember if I went through the whole deck or not, but I talk about it a little bit, and there's more information about where to buy a deck or to find out more about the artist. This video will be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And it will be for the year 2020. This is 2020 with Barbara Walters. I'm sure that's been done already. R.I.P. Barb. Thank you. I'm going to deal out 12 of these. There are no reverse meanings in this deck as far as I'm concerned. If you want to read it a different way, feel free. We have this Tarot Muka deck, which I love because it's Art Nouveau, and I use this for the January 2020 readings as well. And then I'm going to deal out 3 cards for each month from this deck. One of my favorite Geminis is the singer from the band Curse. Shout out to Jane. You should go and watch their music video. It's called Cassini. It's dark wave, spooky goth music. Maybe I'll put a link down below if I think about it. All right. Forgot. I'm gonna deal out 1, 2, 3 more cards. The secret stash of cards from this deck. All right, January, the ear. Now, the ear is for listening, for sure. We have this idea of a box. You think about how your inner ear is constructed. It's very complex in there. You don't think about it. And you can see the dripping out of the ear. There is a thing called clairaudience, where you hear, you don't see, and it doesn't show up in here per se, except as words being spoken to you. And we have these 3 little boxes over here that are just composed out of dots. Kind of like a Morse code signal or something, maybe. So keep an ear out. We have a swift closure of something. And it could be that this is something that happened to you in December, that you got this closure, and this is just all of the fallout from that coming into place. We also have the Lover's card and the Queen of Wands. So this could be a Leo that's a love interest, actually. And it could be that there is a choice to be made, and whatever you choose or don't choose is going to drastically cause this ending. It's going to be a very abrupt, and of course it's going to be very important for you to listen carefully to everything that's going on. February, we have the Wing. All right, so we have a continuation of this theme of these little boxes of dots. So first we got word of this thing happening. Oh, okay. So this that ending is coming up, and it's here in the Tower in February. So that's going to mean you are taking flight. We have the Six of Cups here, and we have the Ten of Cups, which to me looks like something is going to be coming back from your past, and it's going to be bringing this happy ending into your life. But the Tower card is here. I think there is something that needs to be destroyed in order for that to happen. And we do have the Wing, which means you could be flying the coop, could be breaking a cage here in February. What do we have next? We have lungs. We've got the spaceship up here, and you can see all of these like branching airways. This is kind of an air sign card, but it's also related deeply to your sense of health and well-being. And the places where air comes into your body, airborne spirits can come in, airborne energies can come in, smoking incense, candles, all of those things. It's your air is the connection to the stars, and we have these little eyes looking up toward the heavens. In March, whatever this burden is, it's getting too heavy, and you're not going to be able to carry it anymore. And we have, oh man, this looks like a third-party situation for somebody. We have the Devil here in the upright, and we have the Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands inverse, which means there's a third-party situation and it's getting too difficult for someone to keep a secret about it. And of course, the Devil. And it's possible that it's an air sign. I only say that because when you're looking at this card of lungs, you are an air sign, of course. But this could be about an air sign that you're allowing inside, if you catch my meaning. You're allowing this person access to your body. All right, we have the month of April, and we have the Death card right off the bat. So again, that's a continuation of that Tower energy from March. We have the Six of Swords. You're going to be leaving somewhere, and probably leaving, or if you're not leaving this, okay, if you're not leaving this month, you're planning to leave, or you'll be forced to leave. We have the Seven of Swords, which is about treachery, and has to do with, in the inverse, there's been some backstabbing and some underhanded dealings either against you, or if you are the one who's been backstabbing or treacherous, it isn't working out for you. And then we also have this Knight of Pentacles, and he's in the inverse, and that could be your money riding away from you because of this situation. Or it could be an earth sign who's a spendthrift that you're involved with. Or if you have earth sign energy in the money sectors of your chart, which could go more into that if it were a personal reading, but I'm not going to bother here because you can look that up for yourself. All right, we have the month of May. This is vision. We've got this eye here, and then we also have the double helix of DNA, and there's a continuous line running through it, which could indicate active DNA replication going on. And again, we have vision is inside, this eyeball is inside this nebulous field of these dots, which is kind of like it could be these things are blocking your vision, but it could also be like making sure to see the trees for the forest. It could be about paying attention to detail. It could be about a lot of things. Just remember keeping your ears open. Now we're keeping our eyes open. Eyes open, we have the Fool in the upright, which is actually often about going blindly into things. And we have the Wheel of Fortune now in the upright, so things are turning to your favor, because now I see that the Death card here is inverse, and a lot of times that means stagnation or something like that, but we just came out of April where we had the Death card. So to me, this Death card here in May tells me that a lot of the things from April will have resolved by the end of that month. And going into May, you're going to be looking at some changes for the better, and just keep your eyes open because things are going to be changing for your benefit. Here we have June. So, and then of course May being your birthday month, right? So happy birthday, Gemini. No, end of May. Some of you coming into June, that's definitely your birthday month. So we have the Hive, which also came up for Taurus in this position. That's interesting. And you think about the structure of a beehive, you think about what a delicate ecosystem it is. And then you think about how you can sweeten the situations in your life with the people in your own delicate ecosystem with honey, sweetness. We have the Hierophant inverse. That could be the dissolution of a marriage, but it could also be you having to reject overly dogmatic thinking. We have the Four of Swords. So you're either going to want to rest and not be able to, or it's possible that you will be forced into a rest. And then we have the Six of Pentacles is very much in line with this thinking of the Hive. We have this guy here, and he's handing out money, which is very nice of him. And so this could be you as this benefactor to people, especially if you are part of a community that thrives on everyone working together to reach a common goal. we have July, we have the tree. So out of the tree is falling sap, or sometimes in this deck, these are kind of like little licks of flame. So it could be the kind of like the burning bush, where you get the inspiration of divine communication represented as licks of flame. We also have these little crosses on the trunk of the tree, representing the divine nature of our communion with the world around us. And of course, there have been a lot of trees representing knowledge in different stories, different religious stories. They are a really good way for humans, for us humans, to have a physical representation of our higher power. So for this month, we have the Two of Pentacles, where you will be trying to strike a balance, but be unable to do that. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So Two of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. This is very much about like your money situation possibly being unbalanced. And we have this water sign here on a horse. He is not leading the horse. He's letting the horse kind of go wherever it wants to, and he's really focused on his own emotional states. So this could be a water sign coming into your life, or you and a water sign trying to strike a balance as far as finances are concerned. And we also have then trying to strike a balance as far as your visa in the Garden of Eden is concerned, possibly. And we have now in August, we're talking about the first quarter of the month. This creative spark. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Queen of Swords reversed. Now, you could be the Queen of Swords here, in which case you are maybe spilling your guts too much, or you need to make this decision and it ends up getting made for you, or you're not playing to your strengths. And we do have this Ace of Wands here in the upright, which could be about your creative energies, or it could be about your passions, romantic passions included. We have, all right, so this is great. We've got a timeline now from August into September. So we're looking at first quarter all the way into the waning crescent. That's a long time. That's about a month, right? We have the Strength card inverse. So maybe you are not holding the fortitude that you require for these situations. All right, so we have the Strength card, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that it's not that you're not a hard worker, but during this time, I think you are going to find it difficult to have the strength that you need to do the job that you normally do. And part of that is that all of your wishes in this time are being granted. That is the Nine of Cups. That is what that means. October, we've got the bell. This is your wake-up call. This is we've got the air raid siren implied by the bomb up here. We've got the hand dripping blood. We've got the spirit up here. Oftentimes, loud noises like bells or sistrums are used to chase negative energy out of a space and cleanse a space. We have here the Five of Wands, which is a friendly competition between many people. We have the Magician, who is using this wand actively, possibly this wand. We have the Magician manifesting, and we have the Star, which is not your card. It is the Aquarius card, but it is air energy. So this could be you in this time, especially if you are getting all your wishes granted back here in September. So I think by the end of the waning crescent is when that situation of the Star is going to start coming in. Beginning of October, you get your wake-up call, and it's on. We've got the month of November. What do we have going on here? Outright war. So we've got this situation here in October, and then in November we have these planes dropping bombs. War zone. Sounds like touring, maybe. We have the Judgment card. So yeah, definitely all of the good things are going to come in October, but there are also a lot of ramifications to having all of your wishes granted. Especially if you dream big, you have a long way to fall. We have the Hanged Man, and that is inverse. So I think you're gonna kind of be just kind of hanging out. The Hanged Man upright is about kind of like a sacrifice. It's in the best interest of your spiritual good. And upright, it's kind of like a, maybe what that means is that this is kind of going to be the energy leading into the next month, is that you're going to be feeling like you're making a sacrifice for your betterment, especially because we also have this Judgment card here. We've got the War card, and then we have this guy who is the King of Cups, and this is reversed. So this is a very usually King of Cups is, like you're waiting for your King of Cups. That's the family man. That's the guy who's going to, be like a good husband. But this person could be given to mood swings. This could be a person who's a water sign and very powerful and working against you. So that's interesting. Let's see, where was that other? Yeah, we had this water sign back here in July. We had you interacting with this water sign, and maybe that's the same person. That's not really the feeling that I'm getting, though. Because these energies are very different. These are very different energies. But again, once this event happens in October, a lot of things are going to change. And so it's entirely possible that this person's demeanor towards you changes completely. All right, Gemini. Let's talk about December. Knowledge. Well, you'll definitely know much more come the end of the year than you did at the beginning. We have the moon and it's reversed. That could be about trickery. Moon is Cancerian and Scorpio energy, just because it's very dark. And it's very obscured. Could be treachery. But now that you have knowledge, you'll be able to deal with that. Because whatever this situation was, I think that is going to be changing starting in December. Whatever this was, you're kind of coming out of it, because also we've got the Three of Swords inverse here, which means that you're getting over some kind of disappointment, or like some kind of it's not like a breakup energy, but it is like conflict energy with another person, direct conflict with another person. So I feel like because you're kind of getting over that, this transitional Ace of Cups energy is coming in. And it could be that that you were originally friends with this person, and then once you see them for what they are, you decide that you don't want to be aligned with them anymore. And so that's what's going on here in November and December, getting you ready to go into the new year. So what do we have over here? We have, all right, we've got the full moon. So under the full moon, visitation and the devil. Visitation, we've got this double helix strand of DNA down at the bottom here, and it is very much about communication with otherworldly beings, whether that's UFOs or, it could possibly be demons. So just be wary that under the full moon, you are more susceptible to that than at any other time. Thank you, Gemini, for joining me. Oh, I almost forgot. So I'm going to leave you with 3 meditations. This is from the 72 Names of God meditation deck. And they're called names of God, but really it's more like a form of spiritual power and protection. And resonating these God names will improve your spiritual health and bring you a better connection to the current that flows through all of us. And I'm very excited to have this deck. I'm going to do a video about it. And they look all fun in the black light. All right, well, I did have a couple of jumpers. Oh, yeah. Those ones for sure. Yeah. All right. No. Let's see. Yeah, this one for sure. So we have spiritual cleansing, Mem, Vav, Mem. By meditating on these letters, I push the rewind and erase on my spiritual video. I am purified in my present life by correcting my transgressions from my lives in the past. I can also use this name to purify my physical environment from spiritual impurities. Mem, Vav, Mem. We have Aleph, Lamed, Daled, which is protection from the evil eye, if looks could kill. My own potential to cast the evil eye at others is diminished. A shield of positive energy surrounds me, providing protection from the negative glances, looks of envy, and mean-spirited intentions of others. Aleph, Lamed, Dalet. And then we have a farewell to arms. Mem, Bet, He. Just as the light of a bulb banishes darkness from a room, conflict on every scale, between people arguing about a parking space, or between nations arguing about an oil field, is brought to a peaceful end through the light of this name, Mem, Bet, He. Thank you so much for joining me, Gemini. I really appreciate your support. If you liked this reading, please do like, share, and subscribe. And check out my Patreon. There's also a link in the description if you'd like a personal reading from me. And I do have January readings up, so you can check that out as well. And until February, I hope you have a great month, a great new year, and I'll see you again soon.